The collected works of Sri Ramana Maharshi, Chapter 2, Who Am I? Who Am I was written at the same period as self-inquiry. It began as answers to certain questions asked by Siva Prakasam Pillai, one of the early devotees. The later arranged and elaborated the questions and answers and submitted them for Bhagwan's approval. They were then published in the form of questions and answers, but later changed into the form of a connected exposition. The original work has been adopted in the present edition. As all living beings desire to be happy always, without misery, as in the case of everyone, there is observed supreme love for oneself. And as happiness alone is the cause for love, in order to gain that happiness which is one's nature and which is experienced in the state of deep sleep, where there is no mind, one should know oneself. For that, the path of knowledge, the inquiry of the form Who am I, is the principal means. Number 1. Who am I? The gross body which is composed of 7 humors, dhatus, I am not. The 5 cognitive sense organs with the sense of hearing, touch, sight, taste and smell, which apprehend their respective objects with sound, touch, color, taste and odor, I am not. The 5 conative sense organs with the organs of speech, locomotion, grasping, excretion and procreation, which have as their respective functions speaking, moving, grasping, excreting and enjoying, I am not. The 5 vital layers or prana etc., which perform respectively the 5 functions of in-breathing etc., I am not. Even the mind which thinks, I am not. The nescience too, which is endowed only with residual impressions of objects and in which there are no objects and no functionings, I am not. Number 2. If I am none of these, then who am I? After negating all of the above mentioned as not this, that awareness which alone remains, that I am. Number 3. What is the nature of awareness? The nature of awareness is existence, consciousness, bliss. Number 4. When will the realization of the self be gained? When the word, which is what is seen, has been removed. There will be realization of the self, which is the seer. Number 5. Will there not be realization of the self even while the word is there, taken as real? There will not be. Number 6. Why? The seer and the objects seen are like the rope and the snake. Just as the knowledge of the rope, which is the substrate, will not arise unless the false knowledge of the illusory serpent goes, so the realization of the self, which is the substrate, will not be gained unless the belief that the word is real is removed. Number 7. When will the word, which is the object seen, be removed? When the mind, which is the cause of all cognition and of all actions, become quiescent, the word will disappear. Number 8. What is the nature of the mind? What is called mind is a wondrous power residing in the self. It causes all thoughts to arise. Apart from thoughts, there is no such thing as mind. Therefore, thought is the nature of mind. Apart from thoughts, there is no independent entity called the word. In deep sleep, there are no thoughts, and there is no word. In the states of waking and dream, there are thoughts, and there is a word also. Just as the spider emits the thread of the web out of itself and again withdraws it into itself, likewise the mind projects the word out of itself and again resolves it into itself. When the mind comes out of the self, the word appears. Therefore, When the word appears to be real, the self does not appear. And when the self appears, shines, the word does not appear. When one persistently inquires into the nature of the mind will end, leaving the self as the residue. What is referred to as the self is the Atma. The mind always exists only in dependence on something gross. It cannot stay alone. It is the mind that is called the subtle body or the soul or jiva. Number 9. What is the path of inquiry for understanding the nature of the mind? That which rises as I in this body is the mind. If one inquires as to where in the body the thought I rises first, one would discover that it rises in the heart. That is the place of the mind's origin. Even if one thinks constantly I, one will be led to that place. Of all the thoughts that arise in the mind, the I thought is the first. It is only after the rise of this that the other thoughts arise. It is after the appearance of the first personal pronoun that the second and third personal pronoun appear. Without the first personal pronoun, there will not be the second and third. Number 10. How will the mind become quiescent? By the inquiry, who am I? The thought, who am I, will destroy all other thoughts, and like the stick used for stirring the burning pyre, it will itself in the end get destroyed. Then there will arise self-realization.
Arunachala Shiva